Hi, I'm Debbie and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for January 14th, 15th, and 16th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, you know I'm going to be using my cards, Radley Valentine. I'm going to be using my Angel Tarot cards for the main readings. I will get this one time right, Colette Baron Reed, the Good Tarot, also for the main reading. I will pull one card from my Emily Anderson crystal deck. Now, I am going to be doing an introduction, and I want to clarify some stuff because I realize that, I know that the people that have been watching for a while, you got this, you know this. You know when I put the timestamp in, and if you watch the introduction at least once, hopefully, you can just go right there for any cross watchers. But I do the same introduction for whatever sign it is. And then, like I said, I put a little timestamp. Hopefully I do it correctly. And you can then go to the beginning of whatever your individual reading is. Okay, now for the introduction, however, I think this time around we're going to use the Radley Valentine Archangel Power Tarot cards and my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards. And this is more a universal type of look. This is basically what's going on with the world. And with the world is the universe, is a very hectic place. A lot of things happen, but the individual readings are because we have to still live in this world and we still have to do what we need to do. Okay? Now, I pray and I meditate and I infuse the decks with Reiki energy. I am a Reiki master. And I did find that when I do this, it really kicked up the reading. So I do, infuse with Reiki energy. Like I said, prayed, meditate. I'm off my script right now. Not really a script, but it's in my mind. I'm also an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power. My job is just to deliver the message. Try not to get in the way of doing that. Okay, so now let's see, what else do I want to tell you? Things that are happening in the energies itself. Remember, I have told you about what's going to be in February. Basically, the 19th and 20th, Pluto is in Capricorn, and the 19th, 20th of February is going to be an interesting date. Let's see what happens. Now, there's other aspects going on at that time, but Pluto in Capricorn, and Pluto is the planet of death and destruction, but with death and destruction, like that 13th, the death card, comes new life and new beginnings and new starts. Never necessarily easy, but, many times very worthwhile. Okay, so with that time, what I found very, very interesting is that the Pluto will be in Capricorn as it was back for the United States readings back at the same time as July 4th, 1776. I think that's interesting, especially with what we're doing and where we're going. So let's see. We will see. Anyway, what's happening now? Okay, I've talked to you about Mercury. Mercury is in Aquarius. I'm reading my little thing right there. It does go retrograde. We've been in the shadow. There's always a shadow, 2 weeks before, and shadow, there's the pre-shadow and the post-shadow, and 2 weeks afterwards. So it will go retrograde on the 14th at 6:41 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The 17th, we have the full moon in Cancer. And I've met a lot of Cancerians lately, and that will be at 6:48 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On the 19th, Uranus goes direct. Uranus has a very strong connection with Capricorn, but also with Aquarius, more so with Aquarius, give or take one. And then we have on January 19th, also Aquarius season, basically starting 9:39 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we do have following our reading. So we go up to, what do we go up to here? So the 14th going on. We do have a lot of planetary moves, planetary energies. Uranus is always an interesting time. We always have a little bit of fun with Uranus because it's expect the unexpected. Going direct means that it's not necessarily being held back as much. So as it goes forward, we can expect a little bit more of that energy we could be walking into work one day And again, this is overview. This is still the introduction. We could be walking into work one day to find our company's been sold. And you're like, where did that come from? It doesn't mean that you're losing your job. It just means that there's new ownership. Now, there could be, and then you go from there. Uranus will be in Taurus. I think it's until 2024. It's been in here since what? 2018? Has that been right? Where again, this does affect a lot of people with their careers because it is in Taurus. Oops. Card falling down, falling out. You know that if a card falls out, it usually, to me, means it wants to be seen. We have that 8 of Ariel. 8 has unlimited opportunities, unlimited possibilities. Think about it as the infinity sign, except standing up. Ariel is our earth energy. It is our Capricorn. We're in Capricorn right now. It's our Taurus, Uranus with Taurus. It's also Virgo. I don't think we have a whole lot of Virgo going on right now, but it's about our job, money, career. It could be about our home also. It could also be about finding our new place, finding what makes us new money, finding what makes us, basically a new career pathway too. And that's kind of where the 8 of Ariel is all about with this. So the 8 of Ariel is about, unlimited opportunities in that workplace, in that home life, in the way to make money, things blossoming. I'm kind of getting a picture of a spring, when the flowers are coming up out of the ground. They're like poking their heads. They're not necessarily mature yet, but it's really like, okay, we're getting ready, 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 ready. A lot of the things that we've been going through, it has been getting us, again, I keep getting this general overview energy of just get ready. Things are about to spring. Things are about to blossom. Okay? So now, we also have a little narrative here. Take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Consider getting additional education or training. I really get with this, and the feelings come. I could get this for one of you in your individual reading, and it could be totally, totally different. I just get this. Get ready. Get ready. Okay, next card is 7 of Gabriel. Now, Gabriel in itself is our fire energy. It is our Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Yes, what is it? Jupiter is in Pisces right now, but it will be flipping back and forth in 2022 into Aries. Now, 7s have a divine energy to it. It's a divine number. I look at it as a divine umbrella, kind of covers you with divine grace. I kind of say it's divine interference at sometimes, though it could be divine intervention. But sometimes it's like, no, this is what I want to do. And then, whoop, it's like, how did that even happen? So there could be divine intervention, interference going on. The 7 is about being strong and standing up for your own values, your morals, knowing what is right, what is wrong. Many times over, it's very clear to you, and it's also that or let's put it this way, the universal energy is really clearing up right and wrong. And again, I know the people that follow me, you know what I'm going to say. Saturn in Aquarius, reality versus illusion. And this is where there is more clarity. I feel like this weekend we're going to have more clarity between right and wrong, or the energies are trying to clear and trying to bring that clarity. How's that? Okay. Now, stand up for what you believe in. Have confidence. Claim your personal power. The next card here, 3 of Michael. Now, 3's very strong energy in itself. You say something, do something 3 times, write something, however it is, you do whatever. 3, very strong energy. Michael is our sword energy. It is our air energy. It is Aquarius energy. It is, which we have Aquarius stuff going on right now. It is our Gemini energy. It's also our Libra energy. It is thought processes, making plans. It's, it's really thinking things through. It's also having, hearing news. Now, part of the 3 of Michael is that 3 of Swords. It's that heart that has those 3 swords. And whenever you're dealing with the, with the traditional Rider Tarot deck, and you see that, it's kind of like, can we put that one away? It's like, oh, what's piercing my heart? Because these 3 swords pierce the heart. There has been pain. There is pain. The thing about it is, this one really was, this one I'm pretty standard with, I think. Though sometimes I can get different things too. But for the most part, this is old wounds. This is old wounds and letting go of the pain. Now, it doesn't mean that the wounds aren't there. It doesn't mean that if you dwell on it, it doesn't still hurt. But they're not fresh wounds. It's getting over something. Now, you'll never be able to take those swords out and be just yucky. And, and then, that's not a good thing. You're going to have to live with the wounds. You're going to have to live with the decisions. You're going to have to live with what you have done with your life. But it's time to move on from that. It's time to move on. So the Three of Michael, and that's why I like this card in this deck, release the past. You will grow from this situation. Time heals all wounds. Now, so we have gone through everything except for Pentacle. No, we've gone Pentacles, fire. We've gone Earth, fire, air. The other energy is Cups. Cups is our water energy. It is our Pisces, Cancer, and our Scorpio energy, fluid and emotional, very spiritual, many times over, very romantic also. So now that I've told you that, I'll try not to say it too much in the individual readings, okay? Nothing came up reversed at this time. Let's see what we have here. Nothing is reversed. Reversed has a little stronger energy to me. Some readers will say it's the opposite. I just say, hey, it just means pay attention to this. There's something that the cards want you to know. And remember, I don't have all the answers. So that's why I give you what the backgrounds are on all the cards, and because many of you are so spiritual and so psychic and so intuitive, and I do believe that the people that do follow, you're called here for a reason, and I've talked about that as being light workers, star seeds. These are things you can look up. And here we go, my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards, and here we go. This is reversed. Numbers have meaning also, so some things you can do is look into gematria, Gematria. You can look into angel numbers in your in your search browsers. So this is a 4. 4 has a lot, and even the numbers have different meanings. I'm giving you what I feel them to be. 4 has stability, 4 legs of a table. It has some organization. It has leadership energy too. Heart chakra. Now, it's funny that we have the heart chakra. Now, chakras, energy sources, okay? So we have energy sources throughout our whole body, but people, we do focus on the 7 main energy sources, and they're interesting in its own way. And again, because, I'm a Reiki master, I work with a lot of the chakra energies. Now, if you want to think about it this way, basically from the bottom to the top, it's 1 through 7. So you go to the bottom, it's your root or your base chakra, your security, your home, how you might have grown up, just your sense of security. Your sacral chakra, your basically kind of your sexuality, how you view yourself as a person, how you view yourself as, just how you feel like you fit in type of energy. So this is your kind of a little bit more of your individualism, but then we go to the solar plexus, your integrity, what you make your decisions, how do you stand by your word, or do you kind of go where people want you to go? And, so there's different types of, energies with that in itself. Then we go to our heart chakra. Now, the interesting, heart chakra is your emotions. Heart is also the, is it the heartbeat, what keeps your blood, infusing, what keeps you going. There's other things that keep you going, but this is your circulatory. This is also your emotions, your love, your heart, your romance, your spiritualism. That has a lot to do with this. The green of this is also about good health. It's also the, Raphael, a lot of these chakras have different colors also. So Then we go to the throat chakra. The throat's one of the easier ways to explain it, the chakras. If your chakra energy is going too fast, you will be very vocal and a little bit more assertive with with how you speak. If it's on the slower side, you might be more reticent, a little not wanting to speak up. And if it's feeling very if it's going very in alignment with everything and nothing's really stopping it or slowing it down or making it speed up, then it's very appropriate speech. Then we go to our third eye. Third eye is internal. It is the receiver. It is your intuition, pineal gland, whatever you want to call it. I do talk about this and tell you basically to watch what you're eating, watch the chemicals that are infused into your food, because that can calcify your pineal gland. And then we have the crown chakra. The crown chakra is your connection. Think of it as an escalator with the up and down, and this is what you go with. This is your connection with higher power. Now, other people will say it's like a 1 through 10, that there are higher and there are lower. There are chakras in all your hands, everything like that, and your feet, energy sources. Anyway, but the heart chakra, I find is very interesting because we did have that Three of Michael, Three of Swords, so there is heart healing here, but there's also deep feeling here. I feel there's going to be people that are going to be extremely emotional energy here. It's not necessarily bad, because the emotional energy has to happen in order for the healing, in order for the letting go to happen. And remember, healing hurts. Ask anyone that, I say this, ask anyone who has gone through physical therapy. It is a pain. It hurts. Healing hurts. So there is going to be a lot. Now, is this going to be the final stage of healing? Probably not. But this is also, too, could be a very spiritual weekend. It could also be a very romantic weekend. But I am going with the two of these, and I'm really being connected with the color green. I'm getting Raphael energy, and a lot of healing energy, or beginning of healing, next stage of healing. Anyway, I do think that people are going to be very, or the universe is trying to pull that out. Remember, the 14th retrograde for anything is really a lot, to me, is there's a lot of karmic readjustment happening when Mercury goes retrograde. It goes retrograde 3 times a year. It's communication. Don't buy any electronics type of, during retrograde. I do really agree on that one. Watch your contracts, things like that. But I do believe that there's a lot of karmic energy from the universe. I feel like there's a lot of sludge energy trying to be desludged, if you want to call it that. Anyway, it looks like it's going to be an interesting weekend, but then we live in interesting times. And, there's many people that say, may you live in interesting times is both a blessing and a curse. So, again, this is the introduction. I will be adding the individual readings behind this. Oh, and take a moment, go over to the buttons, like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. Let's start our individual readings. Hello, my Capricorns, and happy birthday. Yes, we're coming towards the end. Also, to remember with the full moon. Full moon is the time to release, relinquish, and request. So, full moon to new moon, as it's waning, it's called release and relinquishing. New moon to full moon, as it's waxing, it's called requesting. And the full moon is definitely, that's the time to put out your water, put out your crystals, now if you're putting out crystals, make sure you don't do anything that's salt soluble, such as selenite, because it will melt, okay? I don't know how badly it will melt, but I don't want people telling me, oh, you told me to put them out, it melted. In fact, even when I put my cards out, I've now actually just put them on the windowsill where there's a good moonlight coming in. I actually put them in baggies, okay? And I do that also with my crystals, put them in baggies just to have a little protection over them, especially if I'm putting them outside. So just know that. The moon is a good time. The new moon is really when season starts, or the month start, or it's a good time to start a new project. The full moon, it has a lot of culmination to all of that. And it's when you can do a lot of full moon energy. I don't tell you to worship the moon. I look at the moon as a divine creation, but there's so much we don't know about that moon. So much we don't know about what is going on in the universe too. So let's see what we've got here for my Capricorns. Nothing is reversed. I did talk about all the energies in the introduction, so let's see if I can not do that. Here we go. Capricorns, first card. Queen of Earth, definitely your energy. Now, Queens, underlying energy is water, and this is earth overlying. So you basically have a very strong spiritual energy here, caring energy, but at the same time, very pragmatic energy, very practical energy. So it's kind of like, I know, I understand, I understand what you're talking about. We still have to do this, okay? Queen is also royalty. Queen is one that stands up and takes responsibility also to all Capricorn traits. This is where you are going more for what you know to be the practicalities of life than necessarily that spiritual or that romantic piece of life. However, you know that as you create more of that, of the stability in your home, the prettiness in your home, as you create more around you, that other things will be attracted to you too. So this is one of those times that I'm getting for my Capricorns. You need to concentrate very much on the practical at the same time pulling in that spiritual energy too. Does that make sense? It's kind of like, so this would be one of those times that if you were a koi pond, who the heck knows? I mean, I don't even, no. But if you were to, you wanted to put something into your garden, or you want to beautify your house, you put this koi pond in. Okay, yeah, not here, not in my house, but at the same time, when you do this, it will help you. While it might be very practical and it's very earthy and it's very grounding, it will help you also with your meditation. It will help you with your just your connection with higher power. And at the same time, remember, Capricorns, you're the goat fish. So, and again, why am I even talking about a koi pond? I have no idea, but that's what came in. And, I could see you sitting there, and I could see it actually calming you down. So I feel like this weekend is a time for you to create your beautiful spaces, to create those places that will actually help you connect with, have that connection between the natural and the supernatural. But you'll do it in the natural so you can connect with the supernatural. Anyway, thoughtful, creative, warm, sensible. Make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach. Deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. Your next card, Justice. Now we have that 8 energy again. Talked about that. This is major arcana, major archangel energy, Archangel Raguel. Now, again too, the 14th retro, karmic justice, karma justice, universal justice, things you might have been thinking, why didn't this ever happen, could be starting up for you this weekend. Things that were promised to you. Promises could be now, you might be finding the fulfillment of the promises, that these things are now opening up for you. But this can also be legal justice. I am not a lawyer. Don't take this as, no legal advice here. You see somebody that knows more about that than I do. But you could be finding that the scales are balancing. There's Libra energy with justice, but there is a lot of balancing of karma with the Justice card too. So, fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right. Stand up for your beliefs. Now remember, we had the seven of Gabriel talking about standing up also for your beliefs. Here we go. Next card. Okay, 7 of... Well, look at that. 7 of fire is the 7 of Gabriel. Okay, and we had that. Didn't we have that in the introduction too? And this is basically, so when I get something like this, it means that you could have some people, you could have some energies come and tell you that this isn't going to happen this way. So you might be picking some battles, picking some, choice words. This is definitely one of those times that you need to stand up for yourself. Doesn't mean that you have to be harsh. Doesn't mean you have to be unforgiving, but it does feel like you have to be firm in what you're saying. Again, too, it's one of those things that it's like, don't back down. It's one of those things that you say something and then people are like, well, we're not listening to you. You say it again. You say it again. You're not the one that's to deviate from your message. You're the one that's to keep repeating your message. So there's a lot of standing firm energy here. While the Queen of Earth can definitely do that. Like I said, the Queen of Earth is very pragmatic and does what's needed to be done. Anyway, defend your beliefs and decisions. Stand your ground. But again, choose your battles wisely. So let's go on now with the Good Tarot, Colette Baron Reed. This is an interesting deck. I've had this deck for about four years. Oops, card has fallen. Card has flipped. Okay, we have gotten a bunch of cards that flipped. And when they flip, we have to say it. We have to do it. But this isn't necessarily something that you can do a quick, easy read with, though we'll try to here. These have some more depth than I actually thought that they did. Anyway, here we go with our first card, and this is also Major Arcana. This is the Empress. Oh, so actually we have the Empress and we have the Emperor here. So we'll put these down here right now. So the Empress and the Emperor, we have a 3, we have a 4. Talked about those. Empress to me is the feminine divine of the universe, okay? Now, some people might say Holy Spirit, some might say the high, it's not the high priestess, it's the feminine divine, okay? So whatever that is, whoever that is to you. I really feel that the Empress comes more into play when, or her energy is felt more when Mercury does go retrograde, because there is that, she's trying to make adjustments. She's trying to right some wrong energy here. So we have the 3, we have that Empress, we have that karmic thing going on, karma, 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 righting of karma. Now we have the 4 Major Arcana. This is the Emperor. Now this to me then would be more of the masculine divine. So you've got you've got the focus of the feminine and the masculine divine. You have the focus. Things are trying to, the universe in itself is trying to get your attention. The universe itself is trying to put you on track. But again, too, I go back to trying to get your attention first. But so there's some strong universal energy here happening for you. What you're going to do with it, I would basically say it is a good time, going back to the koi pond, it's a good time for you to meditate and really connect with your higher power this weekend too. And between this and this, standing up, defending your beliefs, choosing your battles wisely, it really feels like the divine has a good place in this weekend. Okay, now I don't know if I flipped these or not. Well, we'll just do this. Here we go. Oh, no, that was the wrong card. This is the right card. Here we go. The 7 of Earth. Now, 7's, again, divine number. Earth is our pentacles. It's our, your energy, Taurus and Virgo energy. And this is saying you are well prepared. You have done what you needed to do. You are prepared now. Let the divine take over. Let justice take over. You are in a very good spot right now. You have done everything you're supposed to be doing. And then we come to the final card, the Ace of Water, one new beginning, new start. And basically water again, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, new romantic interest, new emotional interest, new journey for you, new spiritual energy pushing you forward. So you have a lot of major arcana, higher power energy around you, a lot of karmic justice coming around you. Now, again, too, karma is what you put into it, but this does feel very positive. It does feel like you are prepared, you are ready, you are very pragmatic. You are, you are creating or have created your safe space so that you can connect with higher power. So there's between the natural, there's a, so you've got 1, 2, 3 natural, no, 1, 2, 3, 4 natural energies, and you have 1, 2, 3 supernatural energies going on right now. Okay, so let's see what Emily Anderson Crystal Deck has for my Capricorns. What would be a good card or good stone energy for you? Okay, let's go on and just do a complete shuffle. Here we go, and see. Reversed. Air. Well, we're going into Aquarius season, so this is all about breathing, meditating. This is connecting with your higher power. Anyway, and also too, air with this full moon, and 3 days before, 3 days after the full moon, speak it out. Write it down, because writing it does help, and looking at it every day does help. Some people write down, what they're releasing, relinquishing, and requesting down, and then they burn it. I say then keep a copy because I don't always remember, but also speak it out. Communication, imagination, independent, witty. Breathe. Capricorns, interesting stuff as always. I am reading my comments even if I'm not answering them. I'm so sorry about that. I read them on my phone, and it's an old phone. Anyway, my Capricorns, I want you to remember to like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. As always, my Capricorns, know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.